Okay, ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Okay, we're getting ready to continue with our program, and now I'm going to introduce to you one of our executive members. And wait a second, I realized something. I didn't even introduce myself in the beginning. My name is Rene Falcon, and I am the first vice president of the Bermuda Nurses Association. Now I'm going to introduce to you Erin Smith, who's one of our members at large, who will now introduce our guest speaker of the afternoon.
With protocol having already been established, good afternoon. Our speaker today is an author, philanthropist, innovator, and nurse role model with a contagious passion for caring. She was born in the cool hills of Manchester, Jamaica, when at the age of 6, she reached the beautiful shores of Bermuda, her adopted home where she has resided for over 28 years. She was educated at the Bermuda Institute and then went on to Northern Caribbean University, where she obtained her registered nurse qualification and a Bachelor's of Science degree in nursing. Her reputation precedes her. She is known for always being actively involved in diverse affairs, whether it be student affairs, campus ministries, president of the freshman nursing class, executive officer, science debate team, dormitory spiritual advisor, or being recognized as a science debater while in college. She never seems to run out of energy. Her professional growth is reflective of her legacy to live a purpose-driven life. She was the first pupil of the Peri Anesthetic Training Course at King Edward Memorial Hospital, and while during her training, she obtained her Master's of Public Health degree with an emphasis in Management of Health Systems through the University of Liverpool. She is a philanthropist at heart with a passion for making a difference in the lives of her family, friends, patients, and colleagues. She has served as corresponding secretary and member at large for the Bermuda Nurses Association. This year, she was appointed by the Minister of Health as the chairperson for the Bermuda Nursing and Midwifery Council. Currently, she is the clinical resource nurse for the post-anesthetic room at King Edward. More recently, she was certified in atopic dermatitis to raise awareness locally and globally and to assist individuals living with eczema. Some of her other accomplishments include founding Vitals, a healthcare organization which focuses on outreach and health promotion initiatives to encourage a healthier Bermuda. In December 2018, Janice published My Mama is a Nurse and is in the process of co-authoring yet another book with her eldest daughter. Her website, Let the Nurse Speak, is another innovative effort to help move the nursing profession forward. Janice enjoys serving God. She loves to sing, travel, and speak publicly. Her best friend is her husband Raymond, along with their 2 children, Naomi and Saraya. Let's welcome to the podium this outstanding nurse, entrepreneur, and motivator, Janice Angelique Mullins George.
Protocol having already been established, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant good afternoon to each and every one of you. It's the beginning of Nurses Month, and nurses, you rock. Give yourselves a round of applause. Now, can you imagine waking up one morning, ready to go to work, fully dressed, bag in hand or wallet in pocket? You jump into your car, place your keys in the ignition, and lo and behold, the car refuses to start. Picture this with me. beads of sweat running down your face, trying to figure out how am I going to clock in on time. You try again and again with no result. Your neighbor, who happens to be a mechanic, passes by at the right time and decides to stop by and lend you a hand. He tells you, open the car bonnet. You proceed to pull the lever with your eyes peeled on him. And with a look of horror in his eyes, he sagaciously says, I found the problem. The engine of your car is missing. Now, nurses, think of it this way. Every part of a car has an important function and purpose. When one part is not working or is missing, the car just cannot function optimally. This is the same with nurses. Like the car engine, we are the largest bodies of healthcare professionals in any healthcare setting worldwide. We are truly the engine of healthcare. And this is not something to take lightly. With the responsibility given, we have to ensure that daily we echo the ethos of the International Council of Nurses with their theme for 2019 being Nurses, a Voice to Lead, Health for All. So you just may be wondering, what exactly does this theme mean? According to ICN, one of the main aims through this theme is, and I quote, highlighting that nurses are essential in transforming healthcare so that no person is left behind without access to care or impoverished because of their need of health care. Health for all means not just the availability of health services, but a complete state of physical and mental health that enables a person to lead a socially and economically productive life. Becoming a voice to lead means being a part of the conversation by talking with government officials, community leaders, policymakers, and investors. If we take this challenge seriously and join in the campaign, we have the potential and value, if appropriately harnessed, to finally achieve the vision, health for all. Health for all should not just be a vision, but a reality. Yet half the world's population lack access to fundamental health care. ICN advocates for health as a right for people, as a foundation of social justice and a driver of economic growth. ICN states that there is a need to invest in nurses who play a critical role in making this a reality. ICN supports the World Health Organization's call to health workers in this statement, and I quote, "You are the voice for your patients. Unite with your peers and let local leaders know that you support health for all." Health workers have the power to change people's lives with access, with quality health advice and care. Let's make sure that everyone can access the skills and expertise of healthcare workers just like you. Empower your patients to take care of their own health while also taking care of your own health. You play a vital role in learning about their needs and teaching them what they can do to get and stay healthy. It was Dr. Travis Adam Gabrahes, our World Health Organization Director General, who said, "There is no commodity in the world more precious than health." On September the 12th, 1978, 134 countries met in Alma-Ata, Kazakhstan, now known as Almaty, for the International Conference on Primary Health Care, or PHC. This event was pivotal and truly a turning point in the history of public health. It was the first of its kind to commit government, health, and development workers and the global community to protect the world's population through a PHC approach. The profound declaration and message supported community leadership in health planning, reducing elitism in modern medicine, and tackling social inequality for better health outcomes. It was the first time that health for all was actually articulated with guidelines and actions. The Declaration of Alma-Ata affirmed that improvements to health can only be obtained through the combination of health science, sound economics, and policies and actions against social injustices. It stated boldly that health is a human right. And guess what? 40 years later, the message still echoes on and is relevant. Though progress has been made in some areas, there has also been a change in the breadth of health vulnerabilities. Changes to our environment and lifestyles have created new challenges. Now, can I see a show of hands of all of the stay-at-home moms? Okay, none. How about full-time farmers? Stay-at-home nanas, maybe? One. Give her a round of applause. The reality is that people work every day. How many persons go fishing every week? How many persons cook at least 5 times per week? Wow, give them a round of applause. How about a show of hands of those who work 5 or more days a week? Give them a round of applause too, come on. Now how about those who get 75% of their food from Marketplace, Linda's, Supermart, Miles, or any of those? Put your hands up. And how about those that eat out at least once a week? Let's be honest. So, let the visual statistics speak for themselves. Life has changed. But guess what has not changed? The need for good health. Chronic diseases now kill more people than infectious ones. We can all see the significant achievements being made in medicine and in technological advancements around the world. In the days of past, you had to wait and wait for a doctor to come, probably on his horse and carriage, to see you and make sure you're okay if he got there in time. Or that was the end for you. But today, with the aforementioned advanced services that are made at our fingertips, why is it that some cannot access good health? I recalled an eager patient who came into the recovery room, having been visiting Bermuda, breaking his leg. Before he knew it, although from this procedure most people would wake up screaming in pain and upset, he actually woke up smiling. And I wondered to myself, why is he smiling? I was prepared, all my medications in hand. He said to me, "Nurse," in his accent, "I just can't believe it. I just fell down, broke my leg, and now it's already in a cast, and I'm about to go to the ward." Immediate health care. For some, but not all. Aren't you just happy, though, with the advancements in technology? Let's keep in mind our definition of health: a complete physical, mental, and social well-being. Then how can health for all be approached? Firstly, for governments and health services to get the best out of the finite resources available to them, difficult decisions need to be made. Nurses, we are ideally placed to lead and inform health service decisions, making policy development. This is partly because of our role as patient advocates, our scientific reasoning skills, and the number and range of care we provide across the life cycle and care continuum. So exactly, how are we addressing health for all? Here's just a small case study from Indonesia that I thought was a shining example. This was extracted from the ICN website. In Indonesia, there are approximately 1,200 new cancer cases for patients under 18, as well as a very large number of children living with HIV and AIDS. This highlights the enormous need for palliative pediatric care. Pediatric care. Motivated by a desire to address the lack of pediatric palliative care services, and with a vision for Indonesia where no child will ever have to die in pain, Rachel House was established as Indonesia's first pediatric palliative care services. The majority of Rachel's House's patients are from marginalized communities where parents earn a daily income of $3 to $5 per day. This means that if children are hospitalized rather than at home, the entire family go to bed hungry. Based on this harsh reality, the case study went on to state that nurses traded their uniforms for motorcycle helmets and jackets to travel the crowded streets of Jakarta to provide community-based palliative care for free. The nurses have led the development of this vital service. The nurses. They are highly skilled and provided with training to conduct both physical and psychological assessments of the patients. Nurses spend time with the children and their families to understand their stories and backgrounds. The case studies goes on to state that this has generated enormous compassion amongst the nurses and ultimately growing a dedication to those whom they serve. A multidisciplinary team has been established to provide care for the children. But the core of the team are nurses who work together to build networks and support around the children in the home. Rachel House is committed to building a palliative care ecosystem across Indonesia to help ensure that pain and symptom management is available and accessible by all to prevent and relieve suffering. Now, everybody has a cell phone? How many of you like to take pictures? All right. Let me put my phone in my hand, click the camera app, and now focus the lens on Bermuda. How does the selfie, just taken, look in correlation to the ICN theme? Nurses, a voice to lead, health for all. Well, on October the 20th, 2017, I recalled our own Minister of Health, the Honorable Ms. Kim Wilson, addressing the Speaker and honorable members in the House by stating, and I quote, what she described was of national importance, a matter significant to our economic prosperity and our physical survival, the prevalence of obesity and non-communicable diseases. She went further on to state that Bermuda is suffering from epidemic levels of obesity and non-communicable diseases. 3 in 4 residents are overweight or obese. This is among the highest worldwide. Her address went on to state that the Bermuda Health Council indicated that based on health insurance claims alone, obesity and diabetes will add over $26 million to our island's healthcare costs over the next year. She went on to state that the Ministry of Health was committed to tackle the scourge of obesity and chronic non-communicable diseases of our population. She also firmly stated that sick people can't work and study, but rather become an economic burden and non-productive members of society. And this is unfortunate. She then highlighted the commitment to health and wellness. So we know the facts. People in Bermuda are generally not among the healthiest per capita in the world. And if we forget the statistics, the Well Bermuda strategy is there to remind us. So what are we doing well? We have the equipment, we have the tools, the technologies and strategies, but people are still sick. So what are some of the suggested steps that we can take to make an improvement so that we too, as nurses, can join the fight for health for all? Just yesterday, I attended a conference put on by Hope Healthcare and Northwell Health. The topics were focused around women's health. All the presentations were excellent, but something still resonates with me. We can choose to be petulant and only complain about our current health report, or simply decide to both individually and collectively do something about it. And you know what? Let me let you in on a little secret. Each and every one can do something small to change the big picture. We can take this current snapshot, delete it, and create a whole new picture and be the model in the Atlantic for the world. Yes, nurses, we can be the voice to lead health for all. But first, we have to dig deep within ourselves and decide, what can I do each day to make a difference? The government can help, but they can't do it all. Our employers can help, but they too cannot do it all. We must take collaborative measures to tackle bad health and improve wellness by strategy implementation. We must aim to help someone on the healthcare continuum and lead them to wellness. Sometimes, as stated yesterday by a wellness coach, taking them literally by the hand. We must continue or begin doing research, nurses, so that we can find out what the statistics are and know how we're going to tackle them. Now let's look at actually two shining examples here in Bermuda. There was a young nurse who's an LPN, and she does caregiving as well, who decided to take up an opportunity with the BEDC to be a part of the incubator program. And as I recently read in the newspaper, she launched her own business, Care Connect. This young lady on her website stated that she saw a problem. It's no secret, Bermuda's population is aging. And she decided, how am I going to fix this problem? And so now, Fiona Douglas, or some know her as the Kia, has decided to close the gap a little bit for our seniors by providing services that help their families to connect them as they need, whether it's a caregiver or anything that they need. I think she's a role model and a shining example of taking action. That's what we need to do. Nurses, we have to make our mantra, not just sit back and wait for someone else to do it. The money is there. We may not have it, but the money is somewhere. We who possess the expert power must speak up and advocate for access to health for all, and protection and good health care coverage and benefits for our aging population who right now need it the most. Let's not, and I know life is busy, trust me when I tell you, but let us not run away from opportunities to volunteer with our nursing association, with our nursing council, with the other volunteer organizations. But let us aid in the implementation, again, and I'm going to keep saying it, the implementation, not just having the policy, but the implementation of policies that will protect Bermuda's most vulnerable population. But even if you can't sit at the table, let's make a vow. It may be that neighbor next door who you know cannot afford to buy a healthy meal. How about you cooking a healthy meal for that person? What about that child who is obese and you know that you are the fitness guru? Offer to take that child for a walk, maybe just once a week. You'll be shocked to know how one little change can make the big picture beautiful. And in conclusion, in the words of John F. Kennedy in his inaugural address, and forgive me because I'm going to destroy it and reform it. Let us, and not only nurses, because I see other individuals in the room, our support, and other persons of the community, let us not only seek to say, what can the healthcare system do for me? But let us create a better system in addressing healthcare for all. And now, with the ICN dictum on our lips, nurses, and everyone under the sound of my voice, let us go out there and use our voices to lead the campaign, Health for All. Are your keys in your hand? Let's get the engine rolling.
Janice, oh my goodness, I'm almost in tears now. Listening to all that you have said today. I'm just going to give you a quick story about Janice. I've had a very minor procedure done a couple of years ago. I don't know if she remembers. And when I was waking up, this was the first face that I saw waking up. I mean, this beautiful smile that you see, that's what I saw when I woke up, and I'll never forget it. But I want to say thank you so much for this initiative that you have given nurses. She has empowered us today, nurses. She has given us a task of going out there and doing it for ourselves. It's not about waiting for somebody else to do it for us, but it's for us to take charge and make sure that he's telling me to get somewhere. To make sure that we take the initiative to do what we need to do to make health for all a dream. And not just a dream, a reality for everyone. So I want to now call our president, Mr. Godfrey Nichols. Janice, come forward, please.
So, Janice, we couldn't thank you enough for such a vibrant speech, and we know from the very beginning that we were choosing the right person to do this, to deliver this speech today. So, on behalf of the Bermuda Nurses Association, the executive and members, we thank you tremendously for having done us justice. Thanks again.
Okay, MC coming, she's coming. All right, so now we're going to do a quick raffle called Jenny. Who's doing the raffle?
Okay, I'll tell you the number.
Okay, so everyone get your tickets out. Make sure you have your tickets on the table. Please, somebody look out for my ticket. Thank you. All right, so we're going to pick a number out of the bowl. Hopefully it's mine. No. I'll be generous. Deshante Burgess, our treasurer, Bermuda Nurses Association. Yes, I want the first number. Okay. Okay, the first number, I have to make sure I had the right side. The first number is 85. One of my favorite nurses. Congratulations, Ms. Stubble. Congratulations. Okay, so we have a second prize, and I'm going to let Ms. Cynthia Stubble pick the number. 103. Congratulations. Congratulations. And what is your name? Renee. Congratulations, Renee. She's a friend of a nurse. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it for the raffle prizes right now. I don't want to forget the people back here. How's everybody doing in this section? Is everybody good? All right, beautiful. So now I think it's time for Miss Genevieve Williams-Hart to come forward. And while Miss Jenny, as we all lovingly call her, Jenny, comes forward, I would like for all of those persons who were awarded Nurse of the Year to please stand in the past years. Anyone who have been awarded Nurse of the Year, please give them a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you again so much for your service and dedication to the profession of nursing. Thank you. Okay, I think I'm going to sit down now because it is Jenny's turn to take over.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm trying to sort myself out. I'm sorry. I am the Nurse of the Year for 2018, so today I'm being derailed. It has been a pleasure being nominated Nurse of the Year 2018. I was honored, and I do remember I was overwhelmed. It is an opportunity to be given. It's an opportunity given by your colleagues, and I hope that I worked hard enough for 2018. So the nurse that will be getting it, it's a privilege and an honor to be named as a colleague as a Nurse of the Year. I'd like to call my committee members, Mr. Russ Ford and Miss Karen Grant Simmons. And we'll be reading each nominee bios, and then we'll name the Nurse of the Year. Karen will start. I'm sorry, I got to hold it for you. She has hers on the thing.
Okay, this nurse who has been nominated for the Nurse of the Year award in 2019 is the lead lecturer at the Bermuda College in the Associate Degree Nursing program since August 2010. She not only teaches her students about nursing, but takes them under her wing and truly mentors the students. Countless times, she has made herself available 24/7 for her students and truly inspire and motivate them. Thank you. This lady, since she has graduated and entered the profession of nursing, has demonstrated innovation and creativity to assist and encourage her students in their practice of nursing. She is currently the second vice president of the Bermuda Nurses Association, where she demonstrates her commitment and dedication to the profession. She has had several achievements over the years. To name a few: senior clinical nurse at the Mercy Medical Center, lecturer at Central and South Piedmont Community College. Also, she has lectured in the Kaplan University online program between 2010 to 2014. She has taught the students anatomy and physiology online. This nurse is committed to keeping informed and updated on the changing practices in nursing. She has had several publications in the innovative teaching strategies with simulation technology in nursing education, and also Voices in Education at Bermuda College. She's a member of the Sigma Professional Organization and has been the recipient of the International Society of Nursing Award in 2008. This nurse has not only excelled in her professional life, but is able to maintain work-life balance as she has been married for 28 years and has 2 college-educated children. I guess by now you know I'm speaking of no other than Nurse Rene Falcon.
Oh, the other's wrong. These guys maybe want to see it.
Oh, sorry, they want to see you? They want to see you?
Can I get you to tell me?
Oh, sure. You good? Okay, because I love to take a picture. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, one more. Okay, here we go. Thank you.
Good afternoon, all. I have the privilege of reading to you the next nominee. This nurse has devoted to herself to her nursing career for almost 33 years. She has been a member of the Bermuda Nurses Association for a number of years, and this year she is a part of the executive team, or the she's. You guys already know my pet peeve about she and her, and yeah, okay. During her tenure at KMH and Mid-Atlantic Wellness Institute, this nurse worked in various capacities and wore many nurse caps, which included medical, surgical, dialysis, employee health services, extended care units, and Turning Point inpatient detox unit. This nurse is one who always acts as a role model to new staff and her peers. She goes above and beyond to make sure that new staff are adjusted and informed. Many times when she was at employee health, the new staff would keenly seek out this nurse. And nothing was too simple or too time-consuming for this nurse. Her love for teaching flourished when she became a member of the adjunct faculty at the Bermuda College Associate Degree Nursing Program, where she has contributed to the success of cohorts 1 and 2 graduates. She is known to invest a professional interest in the nursing students, and she is never too busy to advise, mentor, or even advocate on their behalf. This nurse was a preceptor for new nurses for numerous years while at BHB, and several years facilitated the assertive presentation for new preceptors through the staff nurse development. She has been keen in molding and modeling the new nurse as per BHB policies and procedures, whether the nurse is newly graduated or for those who newly migrated to Bermuda. This nurse graduated from Tuskegee University in 1986, quite a few years ago, and began her career in Miami, Florida, where she resided over 7 years. She has been committed to keeping informed and updated on changing practices in nursing, both locally and overseas. She has maintained a current Florida nursing license from the initial issue in 1986 until present day. She has attended various workshops and seminars which aided her in staying current in the newest and latest trends in nursing. Due to her interest in public health, she left BHB in 2017 and joined the team at the Department of Health in the Communicable Disease and Control Clinic. There she was able to play a more active role in the community by focusing on the prevention of illness, communicable diseases, screening, treatment, monitoring, educating, and the promotion of health for the Bermudian community. This nurse is an active member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated for 35 years. This is an organization founded by 22 collegiate women to promote academic excellence and provide assistance to those in need. She's married for nearly 18 years with one daughter and is able to manage her work balance by keeping fit, walking, exercising, meditating, or spending quality time with friends and families. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to present our next nominee, Janice Seeley Khan, for Nursing Year 2019.
I gotta say something?
Yeah.
Okay, Janice, on behalf of BNA, we'd like to give you a certificate and a plaque. Thank you.
I too like to take pictures. Congratulations. Thank you. I haven't won yet.
Okay. Okay, this nurse was nominated for the Nurse of the Year award as she has an abundance of nursing experience spanning 28 years. She has been a long-time member of the BNA and was a member of the Bermuda Nursing Council for 23 years, assisting in setting standards of practice for the Bermuda nursing profession. She is also a member of the Salvation Army Outreach Team and a parent ambassador at Saltus Grammar School. She attends the National Council of State Boards of Nursing Conference to keep current with matters in her profession and sits on several professional organizations. She is seen as a very unassuming individual, but yet has a very vast fountain of knowledge in the nursing field. And she does not hesitate to share this knowledge with her co-workers. She also mentors young Bermudans as they transition through their practice. This nurse has been described as a born leader who is never afraid to take on tasks and assist with presentations or projects. Her public speaking and organizational skills are first class. She has also impressed her peers with her professionalism, attitude, compassion, and team spirit. For example, if a mother has no milk to feed her baby or has no clothes for the newborn, it is a well-known practice that this nurse will not only leave home at any hour of the night, but she will also use her personal funds to purchase pampers, clothes, and food items not only for the baby, but for the entire family if needed. This is considered going over and above the call of duty, and definitely shows the love and commitment that she has for the nursing profession. She is well liked by her patients and treats them with respect and dignity. I have the pleasure of introducing to you Nurse Roxanne Jackson.
It's my pleasure to present to Miss Roxanne Kipps Jackson this little trophy as a token of our appreciation to the Bermuda Nursing Association and a certificate that she can proudly display at her job or at home, wherever you may choose. Let's give her a round of applause. Thank you. Oh, she was up. I love hugs. Hey, what happened? You're supposed to say something. Okay, baby.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the next nominee, this nurse, let me introduce this nurse who exemplifies strong leadership values, compassion, and passion. There are 3 P's that exemplifies her being: professionalism, progressive, and polite. As a registered nurse, she has been actively involved with the Bermuda Nurses Association as corresponding secretary and presently as the newly appointed chairperson of the Bermuda Nursing and Midwifery Council. In the new role, she will contribute positive transformations towards modernizing nursing through regulation, standards of practice, and nursing education. She is a wonderful role model for those aspiring to join the profession, no matter how small they are, including her young daughters. Recently, she authored a book entitled My Mama is a Nurse, which is an innovative Afrocentric depiction, illustrating the many roles she plays as a nurse and mother, providing care to her family and others. Her second book will be co-authored with her eldest daughter. The book encourages us to be proud nurses that will move the profession forward, raising awareness of nursing many roles. She has received a number of awards, one of which is a Citizenship Award, which recognizes her team spirit and outstanding demonstration of professional leadership. She is a public speaker, both locally and internationally. Proud chapter member of the On Rock Toastmasters Club and founder and president of the Vitals healthcare organization, and a philanthropist who willingly volunteer many hours to support the Bermuda Nurses Association and her church, where she is a counselor for the young adventurers. She recently became certified in atopic dermatitis to improve the quality of life persons living with eczema. The nurse I speak of is our nurse, is no other than Janice Mullins George. Congratulations.
You're strong. Even in Goliath. We are big and strong. Darling. She hugged me until I hold her certificate.
Victor? No, they left me. I'm the one told to do the Nurse of the Year. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Drum roll. So, get it ready, right? I'm going to do it a little bit different this year. I'm sorry. I'm going to name the Nurse of the Year, and I'm going to allow her to have her moment, and then I have the CNO here, and I know there are a few people here who have gifts for the Nurse of the Year, so I'm going to let them present it after, okay? So our Nurse of the Year is no other than Janice Mullins It's a lot, so I'm going to put here this in here for you. This is all from the Bermuda. In our bag is a lot of gifts from the Bermuda Nurses Association, including a racket. No help, my help is too much papers. Take all these. So Jen, give it us. Mr. George. So Renee, on behalf of BNA, we're handing you this plaque for keepsake. Okay, stay here. Okay, then you want to come back? Caesar. Ross wanted. Miss Hayward Caesar will do her presentation.
Okay. Jenny. Good afternoon, everyone. It gives me great pleasure to recognize this outstanding nurse, entrepreneur, leader, innovator, deliverer. This is a woman of immense power. And we just want to say, Janice, you certainly rock. You are it. And on behalf of my office as Chief Nursing Officer, I just want to encourage you to continue to move our profession forward, and I look forward to the day when there is help for all. Thank you so much.
Miss Kathy Swan.
Janice, congratulations, and on behalf of the nursing education team at the Bermuda College, we want to thank you for all that you do. Just to let you know, believe it or not, Janice graduated with my son from BI. From an entrepreneur, like Gaynell said, and all that you do, I'll never forget your passion. You never present yourself without it. And I love the name nurse. Thank you again, and continue to do all what you do with your vision, with your passion, and your team, because you believe in teamwork as well. Love you dearly. Thank you. All token of our appreciation, Jimmy.
I was not expecting this.
Oh, Russ wants to do it.
Janice, on behalf of one of my companies, Bermuda Transit Services Limited, I want to present to you this gift certificate. It's worth $750. This gift certificate will enable you, through my transit company, to take up to 15 of your friends and families on board our bus for an island-wide tour. And I hope that you will, as our logo motto says, you will have a Bermuda-ful ride.
I'm actually a little speechless. I first of all want to thank God. Being a nurse can be very challenging. And as I mentioned in the speech, we have to balance work and life, but yet still keep that vision in the back of our mind, health for all. And that sometimes can be challenging. I'm very humbled by this nomination. I really wasn't expecting this. There's so many nurses in this room that are worthy of this award. So many that quietly do things, but I see you quietly do things to make a difference in the lives of those who need it most. But I want to thank you, my colleagues, for nominating me. And it is with all the energy that I have, given from God, that I will do my very best, because this is only the beginning. We are the engine, and when I call you for help, I'm going to need your help. And I'm tired of having it in words. I would like to see action. And as Nurse of the Year, I would like to see action. And we can, as I said in the speech, as small as insignificant as it may seem, make a difference. I want to also thank my mentors. I have some mentors in this room, and I'm going to call a couple of their names. I might get in trouble. I have a lot in this room, but one of them who yearly, even if it's for 10 minutes, pulls me aside. Sometimes it's just a few words. Sometimes it's just a tissue, because I can cry in her office, is Mrs. Gaynell Hayward Caesar. She takes the time out to and keep me on the straight and narrow. Don't think that she lets me off if I'm wavering. She keeps me on the straight and narrow. But I want to thank you. The reason why I completed my master's in public health was almost solely because of her. She pushed me. This is what you want to do. And I wanted to give up halfway through. It was really, really rough. But she pushed me. And this is what we have to be to other nurses. We have to be mentors. We have to help people along the way. Because again, like I said, work-life balance can be very challenging. But with that health for all theme, we must push forward. Ms. Kathy Ann Swan, who years ago, I remember when I went up to her office, and when she was at the hospital, and I, just asked her perspective and what should nurses do every year, and she always encouraged me, and I reminded her of that actually just this year, that every year you should seek to grow in your knowledge and add something to your resume. And that was a challenge she gave me 13 years ago, and I've maintained that challenge every year to add something, learn something new, do something different, help somebody. I want to also thank my On the Rock Toastmasters group. A lot of them are here. Our vice president is here. And we also have, can you stand? These ladies, they're amazing. They have really helped me in public speaking, and this is a commercial for On the Rock Toastmasters. If you want to improve your public speaking, they'll be there to help you. They're awesome. I also want to thank my husband, Raymond George, and I want you to stand. He stands beside me. Anyone knows me, I can talk. And he sometimes has to listen to a lot of my visions and my dreams, and sometimes they get very wild, but he stays there with me. And Raymond, I want to thank you for being there to support me. My parents are not here, but I want to thank them as well. And Miss Denise Bowles, I want to thank you too. She was my first nurse manager at Ontario Ward. Miss Bowles, thank you. She always inspired me as well. I've got a lot of things that I could say. Miss Galinda Fox as well, another big encourager, motivator, powerhouse. I'm going to get myself in trouble, so before I do so, Thank you all. But nurses, let's continue. Remember, we are the engine. Let's get those keys turning and let's get it rolling. Thank you.
Okay, everyone. Could all the nominees come up for me, please? Roxanne? Okay. 1 minute.